Hey guys, this is David with Froggies. I just wanted to do a little quick start guide on getting the Fobbles machine all set up. I'm just going to kind of run through the features and all the steps that you need to get Fobbles going at your party or event or wherever. So first thing we do, plug up the machine. You're going to need a couple minutes for it to warm up. Just if you press the power switch right here, you'll see it becomes illuminated, usually 3 or 4 minutes. And then the heater core is up to temperature. From there, you've got a bunch of different modes that you can do for it. You can select different features of the machine to fire off. When the heater core becomes up to temperature, you'll notice on the line remote that the light is illuminated. As well, if you've got the wireless remote plugged in or the timer control plugged in, those have LEDs on them as well to let you know that the heater core is up to temperature. So first thing you want to do is take your Froggys or your Fobbles Fog liquid and put that in the tank in the back of the machine. And then you'll also take your bubble liquid and put that in the bubble tray at the front of the machine. This machine uses 2 different liquids. So there's a couple ways to control the machine. You can either use the wireless remote. The receiver plugs into the back of the machine. You can also use the timer control. It as well plugs into the back of the machine, same as the line remote. You've got a couple different ways to control it once the timer remote's on. You've got your power switch here. And once the red light's illuminated, you can either fire it off manually with this momentary switch, or you can activate timer mode, and you'll see the timer function activate. And then you can adjust the duration, how long it operates, and also the interval. So what kind of waiting period between durations will it wait before firing off. So those are the 3 different ways to control it, and those controls will operate depending on which of the function switches you've got selected. So that's how you get the 4 different modes out of the machine. So I've got just the line remote here. We can go ahead and we've got fog on, we've got fan on, and we've got the bubble wand on. Now when the fog bubbles come out, they're a bit heavier than normal bubbles, and so in addition to having this machine set up like it is, we've got it on a table, and if you're operating it from the ground, we'd recommend using some sort of small fan like that to help loft the bubbles upwards. It's going to give you a better look if you're operating from a table. Otherwise, you could mount the machine at a higher location, and the bubbles would tend to drift downward from the machine. So we'll fire. So using the 3 different selector switches, we can turn off various components of the machine. If we just leave fog on and turn fan and wand off, we've got just a regular fog coming out of the machine. With the addition of the fan, we now have haze, and then if we put all of them together, we can have fog bubbles. And conversely, if you turn the wand and the fan on but leave the fog machine portion off, then you've got regular bubbles out of the machine. So 4 different modes that you can set this in by adjusting the different components of the machine. So we can go ahead and run through that. So now you've got haze. I can turn the fan off, and you've got a thicker fog now. And if we turn the fan and the wand on, we've got fog bubbles. Really cool effect. So you'll notice the machine has a heat cycle, and as the heater core cools, it'll turn off to recharge itself. And then after a short period of time, you'll have more fog bubbles come out. Here's another view of the fog bubbles in action. Quite a bit of bubbles coming out of the machine. You've got a long cycle time, so lots of fun that can be had. All right, that's just a quick overview of the Froggys Fog Bubble machine, our new Fobbles machine. Please let us know if If you have any questions,